Hello everyone and welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new run of Sheffield knives which was done by James over at Twisted Assisted. Now this is their new logo they've had redesigned. This is on a patch he very kindly sent to me with the knives. So James runs a UK company, does all sorts of UK EDC gear. He's had the Junzi in the past, the Atlas, done his own fixed blades, and I believe he's got his own sort of hatchet style tomahawks coming out very soon. But he's actually had this is technically the third run of Sheffield knives made by Arthur Wright and Sons in Sheffield. The first run was just the standard made in Sheffield tang stamp. The second run, James had his own tang stamp done, which we'll have a quick look on this Senator at the tang stamp. Had his own tang stamp made. You can see here it's the twisted skull with Sheffield underneath. That was on the second run with several different handle materials. And he's just had this third run done now with all of this natural micarta. And I'm going to say off the bat, these are phenomenal. They're way above the fit and finish. Arthur Wright, they're really pushing for that quality control and fit and finish at the moment. It's flawless. They're all made in Sheffield. They're all outstanding. Now, these are three I picked up for myself. These weren't given. I paid with my own money for these. And they're just superb. But I thought we'd go through the three I have here. There's also a Lambsfoot, which I might have to pick up just so I've got the full set because, you know, that makes the most sense because we're knife guys. We like to buy multiple of knives. But the Senator is brand new and so is the spear point. They've done the clip point previously, so we'll have a look at that one first. But it's the standard Arthur Wright and Sons clip point. So you've got the elongated nickel silver bolster. This wonderful micarta on there. I mean, look at that. Brass pins, all flush as you'd like. Fit and finish, immaculate. There's not a gap in sight on the back there. And again, the pins are flush with the bolsters. You can't feel any transitions. And we're right down the centre with this Barlow. So it's going to definitely be UK legal since it's coming from a UK company who specialises in making sort of pocket knives for the UK. So we're looking at just shy of 3.5 inches closed. Nice pinchable pull. We're right about a 7, where it gets to about a 7.5 right near the snap. And look at that clip point blade. This is the quintessential British clip. Nobody makes a better clip point blade shape, in my opinion, than Arthur Wright and Sons. It's just something about it, the class, elegance, and the aggressiveness of that point. But this is in the C75 carbon steel. Get the nice crescent moon nail neck, nice edge on there, sharpened wonderfully all the way down. They've really been working on their sharpening at Arthur Wright. I know some of them, they haven't got the time to make sure they're all absolutely perfect, but this one came razor sharp. Lockup's probably the wrong word, but nice sort of snap on the open as well as on the close. Pinchable, definitely easy enough for most people. As I've said many times before with British Barlows, the swell end or the bulbous end makes it comfortable in the hand and you really feel like you've got control of the knife. You can sort of pinch it with these two fingers and then manipulate it however you want with the rest of your hand. You can go down for draw cuts. Blade is definitely going to be UK legal. We have, where are we? 2.5 cutting edge and 2 3/4 inch blade length. So not going to have any issues with carrying that at all in the UK. Now, this is running in at £50 on the Twisted Assisted website. You can pick that up by going to twistedassisted.com, I believe it is, or .co.uk. I will put the correct link in below. Not fantastic at remembering these details, so apologies for that. But James is a wonderful guy to deal with. Fantastic businessman, fantastic friend. We talk quite regularly through Instagram. And as soon as these dropped, I knew I had to pick them up because I'm a sucker for a Sheffield knife, and the micarta is that great blend between UK and US sort of relationships or friendships, because it's high quality US micarta. And I believe this is the last of it now. He did buy a massive batch when he went to Blade Show, so hopefully he pick up some more, or maybe we might see a different handle material. But that is the Barlow, runs at £50, not including postage. Next up, we have the spear point, and this is the one we've all been waiting for. I actually did a review of the prototype of this back at the end of last summer. Taken a little bit of a while to get to us, and it's in a different handle material than what we had, but I really think James made the right decision going for this natural micarta. It looks absolutely superb. I've recently become very, very well, not obsessed, but I really enjoy the spear point from Arthur Wright and Sons. Picked up quite a few recently. I've got oak, ebony, olive wood, and actually picked up a stag through Mikey Newman today. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that makes it 5 now. So that's a sub-collection of Arthur Wright spear points. But again, as with the Barlow, transitions are perfect. You can't feel a thing. Hafting is superb. I mean, you can see there's not a gap in that back spring whatsoever. Excellent on the show side as well. All the way down, as you'd expect with those brass liners. Blade centering, again, right down the middle. Very, very strong pull on this one, I will say. It's about an 8, but I think that's just due to the fact that how much of that blade is inside the handle. Obviously, with it being a gentleman's spear, you can see that nail neck is getting quite close to the liners, but as long as you get your nail in there, you can pull it to the sort of the mid position and then all the way with a pinch. You can see we have the twisted assisted tang stamp on this one. You see a little bit better on that one. Nice detail to it, Sheffield underneath. And this one will be a closed length of, we have, again, very similar to the Barlow, about 3 3/4, so in that sort of Goldilocks zone, with a blade length of, again, very similar, 2 3/4 full blade, 2 1/2 cutting edge, so again, very UK legal. But look at the spear point on that, excellent edge, maybe a tad bit heavy by here, but nothing to complain about. It came razor sharp. Nice blade stock, nothing fancy about it, and of course this is in the C70 carbon steel as well. I do think this is one of the most useful knives. I've been carrying a spear point quite a lot recently, especially these Arthur Wright ones. I think it's fantastic. It's just a superb knife. If you've not picked one of these up, definitely check them out. This is coming in at £50 as well, which honestly is such a reasonable price for a handmade knife in Sheffield. Buy 1 or 2 people max, and you're getting this excellent burlap micarta on there as well. Excellent action. I mean, you can hear the snap on that. You can just about pinch it open if you're careful, but it's more than likely going to be a nail nick open. But this thing's phenomenal. I absolutely love it. This is probably going to go straight in my pocket tomorrow after today's carry. That is the spear point. And then James actually surprised us. Now, he said that Arthur Wright and Son said they had a little bit of micarta left over and would they like a couple of extra knives. Obviously, James said yes, and he went with the Senator. Now, unfortunately, they are sold out. There was only 6 of these. I'm very lucky to be able to pick one of them up. But look at this. Fit and finish is superb. It's the same story for all of these. There's excellent hafting. You can't feel anything. Wonderful nickel silver bolsters either end with the pinch. See that, how the handle is sort of contoured. You can see the different layers of the micarta as it's going through. Blade centering, again, right up the middle. And this is going to be standard Senator, so it's going to be pretty much the same length. Well, a little bit shorter, 3.5 inches closed. Excuse me. And then we have a Lambsfoot on the Senator. And that is coming in at, I mean, they're all pretty much identical blade length. This is just over 2 3/4, and the cutting edge is just shy of 2.5. But, I mean, they're all pretty much the same blade length. You're going to get about 2.5 inches of cutting length. And then with that full blade length safely coming in under the 3-inch limit for the UK. But I think you'll all agree watching these knives are absolutely beautiful. Handmade knives in Sheffield, England. This one with the Lambsfoot, beautiful edge on both sides. This one again came razor sharp. As with the rest, you get the twisted tang stamp on the C70 carbon steel blade. The Senator's become quite a prominent knife in my collection recently. I've managed to get up to a maximum, I think I had about 5 or 6. I have moved a couple on, so maybe I'm down to about 4 now, but until about a month and a half ago, I didn't have any. So you can see the growth in that collection. Overall, this series of knives from Twisted Assisted, I'm so glad they went with Sheffield, and even more glad they went with Arthur Wright and Sons for their exclusives, because they do an absolutely fantastic job with their knives. But yeah, if you wanted to pick one of these up, it's at Twisted Assisted. I will put the link in the description below of how you can sort of get in touch with James. Also, make sure you check out his Instagram page, and he does actually have his own YouTube account under Twisted Assisted. But I really hope you enjoyed this review and overview of these 3 knives. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.